today. Episode 31, guys. We are covering a lot of topics. We're covering our tight supply, where are willing buyers, what is going on with financing, what's going on with interest rates, what's going on with Zillow, what's going on with Donald Trump's hair. That is what we're talking about today on the Real Estate Hustle, guys. Stay tuned.
This is the Real Estate Hustle, a podcast about everything to grow and improve your real estate career. Broadcasting on Facebook Live. Here are your hosts, Rick Robinson and Travis Green.
What is up, Real Estate Hustlers? Welcome to episode 31.
I want to know more about Donald Trump's hair.
I just always wonder how he does it. It's so perfectly imperfect. It's a lot like him. Anyway, so guys, welcome to episode 31. If you are listening on the podcast app or on iTunes or Google Play or Stitcher or Spotify, any one of those places, hit subscribe, please. Hit subscribe. Give us 5 stars. We'd love for you guys to do that. If you're watching on YouTube, please do the same thing.
Yes.
And anyway, thank you guys. Anybody who's watching on the live stream, welcome. Thank you. We're happy to have you guys here.
Yeah.
Big shout out to our friends in
Spokane, Washington.
Washington.
That is a very beautiful place. Great place up there, very beautiful. Great place. Have you ever been there?
I have, yeah. I actually went to a wedding up there one time.
Yeah, great place to be. That whole area up there is just amazing.
It
So
is
yeah,
beautiful.
glad you're watching. Appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously here next to Travis. How's Travis?
You know, we're good. Glad to be here. Can't believe it. You know, we're making progress every week. Episode 31. Awesome. Totally awesome. So, yeah, we're excited.
Zillow lead just came in. I had to attend to it real fast.
Yes,
Okay.
we understand that.
All right.
We understand that. So, yeah, we're doing good. Things are good. Markets are active. A lot of things to talk about.
Yeah.
Donald Trump's hair, apparently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so...
I think so.
You know, I read something online today that made the comment, why don't we love our country more than we love the differences between the Republicans and the Democrats and this thing, all this stuff that Donald Trump's going through, all this stuff out there.
Right.
It's just let's just love each other. Let's get along.
I agree.
You know, let's make it work.
I
So
agree.
anyway,
But
it was
CNN
just
would have
interesting.
nothing to do if Donald Trump
That's
wasn't
probably
in office,
true.
so.
That's probably true. So anyway, yeah, we're doing good. Lots going on in the world out there. You know, anybody who is over in the Hawaiian Islands, our big shout out to all of you. Boy,
Thoughts
I'll
and
tell
prayers
you.
with you guys, for
Absolutely, absolutely.
Scary
We've been
stuff.
watching that, and incredible, really.
And we're getting a little nervous because we live by a lot of
Oh,
weird
boy.
underground activity. We're being really close to Yellowstone National Park.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the world's largest geyser is randomly going off like crazy up in Yellowstone right now, and nobody knows why.
Yeah, it would go off like once every
9 years.
Yeah,
something crazy.
several years, and it's gone off 5 times in the last.
Like month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird. So
So this may be the last time we see you guys.
hope not. So
We love you.
But certainly, our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in the Hawaiian Islands, especially where the volcano is going off right now. So anyway, just we're very mindful of that. So
Yeah.
lots going on in the world out there. But what about you? How's Rick?
We're hanging in there. No, we're
Yeah.
doing great, actually.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. Actually, in the works, going on currently. That was like 3 different tenses. But there's a lot of cool things going on, to clarify. One of the things that, if you guys haven't looked into this yet, if you go to undergroundagentdomination.com, we did a webinar last week. We're doing another webinar tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Guys, we would love for you to join us on this live webinar. It's training both of us telling our secrets, just Travis, telling all of our secrets as to how we are able to consistently sell over 100 homes a year in our market. So we dive deep into that. So again, the webinar is limited to 100 seats. So we did it last week. We're going to do it one more time this week. So go to undergroundagentdomination.com to go ahead and reserve your seat on there. And we'd love to have you guys on that webinar. And we've also launched our Underground Agent Domination Academy. Guys, this thing is awesome. Yeah. So if you guys are one of the people who have not taken advantage of it, we have a group going through it right now. And we're actually holding our first, what we call Real Estate Audible, with them tomorrow that we're super excited about. And so that's more one-on-one training. And through this academy, it will literally be impossible for you not to be successful in real estate. We're doing everything we can, and we take very serious everybody who's going through this academy, and we're going to do everything possible to make you successful, because if you're not, it's our fault.
What we're teaching you in this is exactly what we do.
Yeah.
This is not hypothetical or here, try this and let me know how it works. This is what we're doing. We're handing it to you. So real
all
stuff.
All of our systems, all of our scripts, all of our processes, all of our everything.
Yes, absolutely. So please take advantage of this. Yeah. Very important, very good stuff.
Yep. So yeah, undergroundagentdomination.com, guys. Get registered real quick for that webinar, because those fill up. So
yeah, absolutely. Lots going on in the real estate world.
Let's talk about that.
You know, it's a very interesting time. We live close to one of the big cities, Salt Lake City, Utah, and we work with a lot of people who go from the university down there, transfers, different things, and we keep hearing these stories about bidding wars, and not just by a little bit, but tens of thousands. And so we're listening to this. We're wondering what's going on. We have connections down in Phoenix, Arizona, in Las Vegas, all the other big markets. And it is right back to what feels like the 2006, 2007 type time frame.
Totally.
It's quite interesting. You're making offers on your iPads right there at the house, trying to beat the next guy. And it just is interesting out there.
Well, just one of our poor agents is just beating his head on the wall because he's lost out on I don't know how many offers, and they're going in like full price or sometimes above asking price, and they keep losing them.
That's right. Yeah, we do. We have a new agent who's doing really, really well.
He's doing awesome.
Yeah, doing great. But he's running into this, and one of them that he shared with us in a local market just 30 minutes away from us, he had an offer on a home. It was a starter home, $147,000 house. Turns out that he lost it. His buyers lost it to another buyer who bid $11,000 above, which is a big chunk in our market for a starter home.
Yeah, it is.
This isn't a $400,000 home. This is a starter home.
And in some of the markets, people are bidding 30, 40 grand
they
above.
Are.
I mean,
they
like
are.
Salt Lake, like you were talking about.
Exactly. Yeah, we're hearing these stories. So it's very interesting what we're seeing happening out there. And I'll tell you that the creation of this is the tight supply, right?
Yes,
the supply and demand, that whole dynamic there. And with little homes on the market and people trying to make moves and shift around and do their thing and not having enough homes to choose from, it becomes what we have heard or termed as the seller's market.
Right.
But what's the problem with that? The seller's market, the seller's mindset is, well, then I can ask whatever I want.
Yeah.
I can go to this place called Zillow, throw it on the online for free,
them.
Price it at whatever feels good to me with no rhyme or reason to it.
Which is exactly what they're doing.
You know, it's just they wake up in the morning, have their Cheerios, and say, I think
I could get I think I can get 300,000 over market value.
Yeah,
for my home
something.
today.
So they're anything. Everything's getting priced out incredibly high. Buyers think they're doing a great thing by shopping on Zillow, knocking on the doors of these for sale by owners, and they're paying these prices. But what is the problem with that? Long term. Let's talk long term about this. So you take a home, you take a $300,000 home, it gets bid up to $360,000. So buyers are coming in with money to make it up because it'll never appraise for that. And so now you've got a home that's completely overpriced. What happens when interest rates go up to 5%, 6%, whatever the thing is?
Oh, we've seen it.
It's happening.
We know it. Yeah, we've seen the pattern, and we see it happening again.
So the repeat of being able to buy and resell and flip it and resell, that gets very, very scary.
Yeah.
And so there has to be some kind of a balance, it seems to me, some kind of a knowledge that just says, okay, this makes sense, this doesn't. Just because I can, maybe, doesn't mean I should, but if you don't, the next guy will. I don't know. It's a pretty crazy market out there.
You know, and I want to raise the question, is the fault of the appraisers? Are appraisers at fault for all these things just going through the roof because they're appraising them?
Yeah.
Off no comps. Right. Where are they coming up with these values? That's what I want to know. So are all these huge increases in prices and these markets going crazy, is that the appraiser's fault? Whose fault is it?
So somebody has to start the program.
Right.
So somebody has to overprice a home and some appraiser has to let it go.
Yeah.
Once that initial time happens, everybody follows the domino effect.
Yeah.
So, the real estate agents want to get their sellers the most money they can.
Right.
They're trying to do their job.
Yeah.
Okay. But then the appraisers are confirming it. They're giving them the permission to do so. So really it's a balance between the agent and the appraiser, but really it's on the shoulders of the appraiser to keep the market in check.
Yeah. So why is everything always come against the real estate agents? Why don't the appraisers get hit with anything? I feel like it's the appraiser's fault. They shouldn't be putting values on these homes that are stupid.
Yeah. There certainly needs to be more care and concern there.
Sorry if appraisers are watching. That's just how I feel.
Well, but it's true. They've got to be more careful. They've got to be the stick in the mud. Let's say they've got to be the one who says, "Yeah, no, ain't gonna happen."
Right. I mean, in years past, when the market was just a very balanced, normal market, we had a good handful of homes a year that didn't appraise. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden we have a year where inventory's low, prices are surging, like going crazy. We have not had in let's say the last 12-month window, in 100 homes at least that we've sold, we haven't had one that hasn't appraised.
No, we haven't. And my question in my mind as you're saying that is, just because there's low inventory, what does that give? How does that give us the permission to overprice everything?
Right. Well, supply and demand,
but
still
within balance.
Right. It
so
should be.
Anyway, the concern
everybody's greedy though.
Greed has something to do with it. Hey, if I can take advantage of it, I will.
Yeah.
Right. And so anyway, it's just an interesting dynamic that we all need to work together and make sure we have a good balanced market. I think it's important. Otherwise, we're going to find ourselves in a really bad spot because the recipe's brewing for another bad situation, I think.
I agree. I totally agree. And what we're seeing right now, at least in our local market, we check statistics quite faithfully. And so we're right now in our local market, we are 40% for sale by owner. And then we just talked to one of our agents, just talked to another agent up north of us, several hours north, Salmon, Idaho. And they're 50% for sale by owner.
That's huge.
50% for sale by owner. So, obviously the FSBOs are taking, they're going crazy. But anybody watching, if you want to chime in and let us know, I don't know if you guys track statistics in your market, but we'd love to know what market you're in and if you or what your ratio is if you guys track that, because we track that close. We live in an extremely conservative community, and so anytime somebody can save half a cent, they do.
It happens. Yeah. It happens, yeah. So, here's Zillow again. They're enabling half the market in northern, in a town north of us. Half the market is being enabled by Zillow to people who may or may not have ever sold a home. I'm wondering how that's going to work out.
Right.
So the sellers are trying to get top dollar. It's a seller's market. Buyers are trying to figure out what to do. What about buying? When's a good time for them to buy? Because everything, as we just talked about, is going through the roof. Do they buy now? Do they buy later? Do you have an opinion?
Well, see, and here's the frustrating thing is right now, so many of the lower end buyers in our market, that's like the 200K and under. In California, it's probably like 400K and under. Or New York, it's $1 million. I don't know.
Right.
But anyway, for us, it's like 200K and under, or like our first time home buyers. Right now, they're just being priced out of the market. They can't buy anything. So what's happening is they're, and then as soon as something comes on the market under 200, it's like, it's just, I don't want to say flies on poop, but that's kind of what it is. Anyway, they just all flock and swarm to it. But anyway, so that, and it's just creating this feeding frenzy on these little tiny, under 200K homes. And so what's happening now is we're getting a lot of frustrated buyers and a lot of people just throwing in the towel, forget it. I'm not going to buy a house, which is hard because all of a sudden we're losing buyers because they're getting frustrated with the market. They can't find anything in their price range, and they don't want to go bid $30,000 over list price.
So that's a good question. Then, what if they do? What if they say, "I've got to have this house. I've got to be here. I'm going to do what it takes to get it." So where is the balance between buying now at a higher price but a low interest rate, or maybe hanging tight? Interest rates go up, market settles down.
Right.
Where's the balance? When's the right timing? I don't know if I have an answer for that.
And I don't know either, because I don't know how high interest rates are going to go.
That's right.
I know they want to keep raising them, but we've got a really good local lender that we work with, and he was saying that he thinks it's a mistake that the Fed's raising the rate so much, which, still we're way lower than, historically it's been. But
that's still very good, yeah.
It's still a very good interest rate, but he's saying, I still don't feel like the economy's healthy enough to support the interest rates that are out there right now.
Right.
Because, we've lost buyers within our office, some of our agents, because it went up 0.25%. And it freaked them out. Even though it's just 0.25%, you have to think, the mindset of a buyer is always a little bit, they're high stress, high emotions. And if it means a $3 more, payment,
Yeah,
they lose it.
When they're already on the edge
Yeah.
of affordability, and then
Exactly.
that 0.25% ticks up, and
Right.
then that's a $10, $12 a month difference. It
Yeah.
does make a difference.
It's
to them.
huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting. It's very interesting. So, you know, CNN Money said that home loans are expected to get more expensive as the year progresses, but then they also say prices can't go up at the pace they have been in those hot markets forever.
Hope not.
And I agree. You know, back in the day, let's go back 12 or so years ago, and back in when everything was booming and going crazy, everyone felt, hey, I'll just buy it, hold it 6 months, sell it, buy it, hold it, and sell it, and flip it, and this and that. There's a point where it's not going to work, and you could get caught holding the bag. So
Right.
you just got to make reasonable decisions. I think it goes back to the real estate agent and the appraiser working together, bringing a balance. In fact, we're seeing this in our market already. I'm seeing a few signs, real estate signs out there from other companies that say price reduced on them.
I am like, I want to go do cartwheels in front of those.
Yes.
Those are so exciting to me right now.
Yeah,
because I feel like I think we could prevent a huge recession from happening if people just get on board.
Get on board, be reasonable, and I think
Yeah.
you're exactly right. I like that. I think that it's important for us. So, anyway, balance in the marketplace is very, very important. Very important for us.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. So yeah, and you know, it's getting hard for a lot of people out there right now because they're just buyers are frustrated, and when buyers are frustrated, they don't want to buy. So
Yeah, it makes it tough.
yeah,
And the seller's position too. So I think that with good financing out there, with a good head on your shoulders, not getting too excited, maybe having that ability to talk to the other agents. See, always use a real estate agent. Zillow has no safety net for you. They have no experience. They have no E&O insurance. They are not protecting you at all, but your real estate agent can. And they can tell you what's good, what's bad, what's coming, help keep things organized, and negotiate with that other agent. I just really think using that agent is so important. Do not do it yourself. Don't let Zillow trick you into thinking that it's all about you, all easy, no bumps in the road. It definitely can be, especially in these kind of markets. You'll just pay. Don't just pay anything because it's on Zillow. Like, Zillow's the king.
Yeah.
Zillow is just a search engine.
So pass that on to the buyers you guys are working with out there.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
yeah, that's great advice. So speaking of Zillow is obviously always trying to make changes and be bigger and more blue and all of that.
More blue.
More blue, and maybe they're going to cube their logo one day. That would be really cool.
It'll probably cost $250,000.
$250,000, yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, Zillow, and if you want me to do it, I'll do it for $100,000.
I'll do it
Okay.
for 50.
Oh crap! All right, well, go with him. We'll split it.
Zach will do it for steak dinner.
That's true. So anyway, we love making fun of. Never mind. We're not going to say who they are. Nar.
Were you talking about NAR? Okay.
Yeah. So, but
Zillow?
Zillow, sorry, we're going back to Zillow here. I get really sidetracked. I just drank a Dr. Pepper, and so I've got a little bit of caffeine in me. But going back to Zillow, Zillow is always trying to, make a twist on something, do something. So they've announced, you guys have probably read in Inman, and it's been everywhere, that Zillow is doing more of their, their instant offers. They're doing more markets. They're trying to buy homes and this, that, and the other. And I think we're going to see more and more of that. Purplebricks.com is trying to make a big splash. There's a few other big companies that are trying to make a big splash within the real estate, because everybody wants our money. Everybody wants our market share.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be really, and then of course Amazon. Everybody knows that Amazon's trying to get into real estate, which would be a huge competitor for Zillow, which would be good, because Zillow basically owns the market. Realtor.com is, in my opinion, not that big of a competitor to them, because Zillow owns the majority of the market share there. But it's just going to be interesting to see how things evolve with Zillow, with them buying homes, with them kind of becoming a little brokerage of their own, because we know that they're going to start doing their own paperwork, and they're going to have their own in-house teams that can process transactions and all of this. When the second they start charging buyers and sellers for that, then what do they need us for? Let me wipe that tear.
Yeah, I was going to say something. Yeah, Uber drivers, right?
Right. That's exactly what they need us for. They still need us to show homes, but at the same time, and we've talked about this in the past, there's always still going to be a need for an industry professional. That's why lawyers aren't out of business. There's LegalZoom, there's Rocket Lawyer, there's all these companies that, yeah, they've taken a good chunk out of their market, but the reality is real estate agents are still going to be around. So I was exaggerating with that other example, but
yeah,
we will still be needed.
Adding value and still being the professional, the go-to person, a brick and mortar office, someone that you can talk to, ride with. They can look at the home with you, offer their opinion. I don't think too many agents, frankly, if Zillow whatever does this thing and tries to handle it all in-house and just send out the post-it note and say go show the Jones family this home or whatever the heck they're going to try to do. How many agents would really be interested in that?
Right.
I don't know. I don't.
Interesting.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't have a great opinion on it right now, but I'm not excited about it. I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, change is inevitable, so we just got to figure out how to adapt and stay in front of it, and just be out there. And the thing I would highly suggest focusing all of your effort on right now, guys, is trying to take the majority of the market share in your markets, becoming that expert, positioning yourself well with buyers and sellers, with the community, and just being that go-to person. Start building up your web presence, your social media presence, your online reviews. Yeah. If you guys aren't focusing a lot of your effort on that right now, that's a huge mistake. You need to be doing that, guys.
There's always going to be a need for us, and like Rick's saying, I like that's a great nugget to talk about, is just prepare yourself. Yeah. If there's less market share, then take more of it.
Exactly.
Take your. I've always said this, that I don't want all the business out there. I just want my unfair share. Mm-hmm. So take that. Prepare yourself. Subscribe. Get on the underground. I mean, what we just mentioned. So you've got to do this. The Underground Agent Domination is an amazing tool to get you geared up, tooled up, and ready to accomplish what the rest can't.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, so please, again, for those who are joining us late, undergroundagentdomination.com, go onto that website, just put in your name and email address. That automatically registers you for the webinar. And Zoom, who hosts it, they'll send you an email with confirmation and link and all that stuff. But that's going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And we'd love to have you guys on that. Do we have anything else to talk?
We don't. I think that today we just wanted to put a shout out there to our friends in Spokane. We wanted to just talk about what the market's doing, that things are hot. We need some balance. I think we need to work together, keep our heads screwed on straight. Even though the market's hot, you need to keep your head cool. Make some good decisions. Be balanced, and let's just get yourself geared up and ready for change, because change is inevitable. It's going to happen, and the Underground Agent Domination will get you there. It is for us. It will for you. I think we can wrap it up and call it a day.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Join us next week, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. 3 p.m. Mountain.
Yeah.
Don't join us at 3 p.m. Eastern. We won't be here. No. But anyway, guys, make sure to join us next week. Again, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and to our podcast and all that great stuff. Undergroundagentdomination.com. Go register for that webinar, guys. That's going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow, we'd love to have you guys join us on that. There will be a very, very special gift for you guys at the end of the webinar for those who stay. And so please make sure you'll want to take advantage of that, guys. You won't regret it. I can promise you that. So, but anyway, we will plan on seeing you guys next week. Thank you for everybody who joined us live this week. And for now,
get back to work.
Get back to it, guys. We'll see you later.
Thanks.